Hello. Elegant Esther Gray there, ladies and gentlemen, for to begin our special tonight, as promised, on Lindsay Ross's tunes. So hope you're having a nice time, whatever it is you're up to right now, whether it's evening, morning or afternoon, wherever it is you are in the world. My name's Graeme Mackay, here to bring you a wee special tonight, a selection of tunes written by Lindsay Ross. Now, I play a lot of his tunes normally, but apparently it's just a drop in the ocean compared to the amount of great tunes that is in this particular book that I've got here. And as far as I'm aware, it's the only collection of tunes that was released with his compositions. But there's plenty here, so we've got, I think, 17 sets of tunes for you tonight. So we're going to start with a wee set of jigs. Patricia Ann Douglas, Miss Mary Gibb, Malcolm Ross and The Family Pride. Here we go. That was written for the daughter of a joiner who Lindsay served his time with at Chapelton by Freecham, followed by Miss Mary Gibb, who was later to become Mrs. Mary Ross. Malcolm Ross was the next one. It was written for his youngest son, who's a fabulous drummer. You may have come across him on the road somewhere. And The Family Pride, it was the last one that, excuse me, that was written about a boat, a fishing boat that sails out of Arbroath. Okay, we're going to carry on now with a wee set of reels. Where are we now? Where are we starting? We're starting at Glen Esk and then going to Miss Barbara Ogilvie, who Lindsay spent his childhood on the Ogilvie's estate. Is that what it is? So we're going to carry on now with a wee set of reels. We're going to start with a wee tune called Glenesque. It doesn't really have any explanation of what the tune's about, but I'm sure it's a bonny place. We're going to go then to Miss Barbara Ogilvie. So we're going to carry on with a set of reels. Glenesque, followed by Miss Barbara Ogilvie. Lindsay's childhood was spent on the Ogilvie's estate at Guthrie near Forfar, and then Margaret Webster's reels. So bonny reels. Here we go. Miss Barbara Ogilvie and Margaret Webster's reels. So at the beginning of this book, it's got some fabulous words from various band leaders, and it's really nice to I don't know if you want to hear them or not. I'm going to read one out anyway every so often. And the first foreword is written by Angus Fitchett. And he says that I first met Lindsay at his sister's wedding where my band was playing. I fixed him up to play with us for a few jobs, but the travelling was out of the question, so soon after he left me to start his own band, and I knew right off that we and all the other band leaders had some competition on our hands. But it was always friendly rivalry. Lindsay had a terrific mastery over the accordion, and his broadcasts were always perfect. I always knew Lindsay was destined for better things, and it wasn't long before he was composing tunes of the highest calibre, as we all know, and this book will prove my words and is a great contribution to the Scottish dance music scene. Lindsay played and wrote music to further our heritage in Scottish music and has left a legacy to Scottish musicians everywhere. And I certainly agree with that. Some amazing tunes in this book. And hopefully you're enjoying them. We're going to carry on now with a couple of tunes that are suitable for Gay Gardens. The first one was called Glen Bucket Lodge. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but I like the word. Home for many years of Alec Webster, gamekeeper and fiddlemaker. And that's followed by Miss Kirsty Batchelor, who's a daughter of a local farmer at Kinnell by Freecham. So here we go. Gay Gardens, here we go. The Bachelor, a couple of bonny tunes there for a Gate Gardens. Alright, we're going to go to a set of jigs now, and we're going to start with a tune that he wrote for his parents. Now, it says in the description of the tune it's maybe not his strongest of compositions. It's definitely not, but it's apparently the only tune attributed to his parents. So it's called Nellie and George. And then it's going to be Ian McIntosh of Pine House. It says here, thanks to Ian for continually hassling to get this collection published. And it's a good job he did, because I wouldn't be playing these tunes if we didn't. And then Jock Hosey's Fancy, who was a one-time owner of licensed premises in Freakham. Okay, here we go. Was Nellie and George, Ian McIntosh of Pine House, and Jock Hosey's Fancy there for you, we set of jigs. I'll go back to the beginning of the book with all these forwards in it, because the next one on the list is from Ron Ganella. He says, in Scotland, where Scottish dance bands abound, some names nevertheless retain a touch of magic, which time can only enhance. Such a name is that of Lindsay Ross. It was my great privilege to count Lindsay as a personal and musical friend, and our joint music making, spiced with his pocky humour, it is something that I shall always cherish. His recorded programmes were generously interspersed with his own compositions, and while we all continue to listen to these on record or tape, the publication of this unique collection of Lindsay's music will allow us direct access to tunes as musical and characterful as the man himself. What more fitting tribute to Lindsay could there be? That's a really nice words there from Ron Ganella, which is really nice. High praise indeed. Okay, we're going to carry on now with a wee polka. Now, luckily, this is one of the tunes that's in my head rather than reading it off the page, so I can relax a wee bit for that side of things. I know quite a lot of his tunes, but there's a lot that I don't know as well. was the Border Polka, a fabulous tune. There's no explanation about what the tune's about, just border, I suppose. Right, we're going to go now to another couple of jigs. This one is, where are we now? Oh yes, Miss Katrina Henderson. Now her tune's in this book twice. She's the granddaughter of Webster's, of the Websters at Glenbucket. But it's in tune twice because it's in different keys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play them in both keys and then do a wee tune called Claybraes, which is a place just outside Freakham. Katrina Henderson and the Claybraes there for you. Okay, going back to our little forwards by various musicians. There's still a few left, which is wonderful. 5 musicians all in all. Angus Cameron's the next guy. I mean, these are big names. Lindsay Ross was one of the greatest accordionists that I've ever had the pleasure to play with. That's fine praise, isn't it? As a member of his band for 14 years, I found that Lindsay and I had sympathetic feel for each other's style and interpretation. His band had a sound which is very distinctive, and it is to his credit that fellow musicians held him in very high esteem. He was, in my opinion, a musician's musician, which was the highest accolade a person can achieve in his field. Lindsay's talent not only lay in his complete mastery of his instrument, but also in the realms of composition. I often witnessed him compose a tune at the drop of a hat, a tune which required no revision, but was ready for performance. His innate talent for melodic, rhythmic and harmonic forms come through in the works compiled in this book, tunes which have simplicity yet depth in their texture. This book is a must for all young and upcoming performers as well as us old stagers, and I'm pleased to see these medleys set out in print, as it would have been a tragic loss to the Scottish music had this not been done. So, yeah, I mean, that's fabulous praise, and yes, it's amazing. Okay. We're going to go now to the Dundee Two Step, another tune that I've been playing for a long time. Here we go. Fabulous tune there called the Dundee Two Step. Alright, the next tune is it's a slow tune. It's the first waltz of the book, and we're on 16 tunes in on this. But yeah, so it's a wee tune called Mary's, and it's a tune written for his eldest daughter. So here we go. Body wee tune, isn't it? I've actually had to transpose it because it was written in A flat major, and I thought it's perfectly possible to play. I don't have enough bass notes having such a wee box, so I transposed it up a wee bit to be able to play it fully. Okay, we're going to carry on now with a bunch of Strathspeys this time. Yes. All right, we're going to start off with a wee tune called Major Thomas of Cairnleith. There's no army connections. The major was a canine, so it's written about a dog, which is pretty awesome. Followed by William Mackenzie Crowe. He was a fine fiddle and box player from Gowan Bank near Arbroath. And then we're going to go into Mrs. Agnes Watt. Do apologise. Okay, here we go. tricky wee tunes. Hopefully that was not too bad for you out there. Alright, okay, we're going to move on to, what is it now? A wee set of, it's another set for the Gay Gardens, this tunes. I don't know if you can hear the jets are flying over again. The joys of living near an RAF base. So Miss Barbara Bain of New Deer, and this is going to be followed by Jeannie's Wedding. Couple of tunes for the Gay Gardens. Miss Barbara Bain of New Deer was the tune written for the midwife who assisted on Lindsay's arrival, which is fascinating. Followed by Jeannie's Wedding for Jeannie's Soul of Glen Bucket. Okay, and a wee very popular tune here in the Ceilidh Cabin is a wee tune called Out at the Meadowbank Inn. A very popular tune that's here in the Ceilidh Cabin, written by Lindsay, is Out at the Meadowbank Inn. you go. That was Out at the Meadowbank Inn, and it says here that was one of Lindsay's resident gigs near Arbroath. Cool. Right, we're going to go now for a wee set of jigs. Where are we now? Let's get this in order before I get it all wrong. So we're going to start with the Provost of St Vigians. I think that's the name of their home there, the converted church. According to, there's a sketch here. I don't know if you can see it or not. And that, so that was St Vigians by Arbroath. And the gable of Kirkstyle cottages, which Lindsay and the family renovated and lived in. So I'm not sure if it's the cottages or the church itself. So I should probably say another tribute from one of the band leaders at the beginning of the book. Davy Stewart says, "I am sure that most of the tunes in this book will flood back many pleasant memories, not only to me but to many others who knew Lindsay Ross. And I hope the music itself will give all much pleasure in playing with all its graces, and of course share the pocky humour in the couthy titles of the tunes, as was the man himself." So that's nice, isn't it? Okay, so yes, we're going to start with the Provost of St Vigians, followed by, let me get this right now, where is it? Woo. Jim Kennedy's jig, there's it, and Joe Foster's jig. So here we go. And the one that shucks the piggery as well. So, here we go. Jim Kennedy is the man who built the piggery that blew down in the wind. So, right, where do we start? To get this written the right way around. That was the Provost of St Vigians, Jim Kennedy's jig, Joe Foster's jig, and the wind that shacks the piggery, which as I say was a £250,000 piggery near Arbroath that blew down in the gales of 1975. So just there's one more tribute to say. It was Bobby Crow was the fifth and final musician to write about Lindsay in the beginning of his book. He said Lindsay had extremely good taste in music, not just in Scottish music. His talent was not contrived. He had a natural gift. He could write a new tune which would sound as though it had been around for 2 centuries. We all lost a great friend and a source of inspiration when Lindsay passed away. I can only hope this book will be a lasting memorial to one of our finest composers and an exponent on the art of making music. The publication of the Lindsay Ross collection can only be a winner, and I wish it all success, which is really nice. So that was from Bobby Crow. So yes, just like many good musicians and composers, they all kind of left before I got a chance to get involved. But it's good to have this legacy here, and I'm delighted to be able to do it for you. Okay, this next one is another slow tune, and let me have a wee go at it. I'm just going to play it in a kind of waltz style, just trying to add a wee interpretation of my own into it. Hopefully that's okay, because I've never actually heard a recording of this tune, so I don't know what it'd be like. So it's a wee tune just simply called Katrina. That Bonnie, a wee tune called Katrina. Okay, right. There's 2 or 3 tunes towards the end of the book that's actually they weren't titled. So this one is literally just called 2/4 March in A. March in A, just not attributed to anything at all, just the tune. So there must have been a few tunes in his collection that were never attributed to anybody. Okay, the next tune is a wee tune called Farewell to Glenbucket. The second part of this fine air apparently has been lost, and I'm not sure if it's been found since then, because obviously this was 30 years ago that the book was printed. So it may have been found since then. So it's just a short wee slow air. Let's play it just natural. farewell to Glen Bucket. I would love to know if that's the proper way of saying that. I'm sure somebody's got a better opinion of it than I can pronounce. Okay, we're going to go for the final set of tunes now. It's a wee set of reels. Hopefully you've enjoyed this wee session tonight or today or this afternoon, this morning, wherever it is you are in the world. And it's all tunes composed by the late Lindsay Ross, and they're all fabulous tunes, and hopefully it's kept you entertained for a while during this times. Okay, so we're going to go. The first two tunes don't have names. It's just called Reel in D and Reel in A. And then we're going to go to Mary Ellen Ross, and then it's Jill Simpson of Chapel Hill. So Mary Ellen Ross was Mary has a waltz and also has this reel written especially for the dance The Triumph. And Jill Simpson of Chapel Hill was the daughter of Willie Simpson, band leader, written for the christening of her. So that's nice. Cool. Right, we set our reels, and then I'll leave you to the rest of your day. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to today's wee session. We were doing the composer's choice, and it was Lindsay Ross today. So I hope you enjoyed those tunes. We'll see you very soon, and take care of yourselves. Goodbye.